Filling out the registration changes form. Reasons you might need this form: a requisite override request, dropping a class after census, term overload, which means taking more than 18 hours for a semester, as well as withdrawing for a term. Let's start with how to access this form. You will go to our main untdallas.edu website, hover your mouse over the admissions and aid, and then scroll down and click on registrar. On this newly loaded web page, over on the left-hand side menu, you are going to click on forms, and then you will scroll down until you find the academic registration form. Once it's downloaded, you will open it up. Next, we will go over each scenario for what to fill out on the registration form according to what assistance you need. Requisite override request. This is when you do not meet the prerequisites for a course based on the classes that are programmed within your academic progress report. For our particular example, we're going to use Calculus 1 because this particular student took pre-calculus at the community college, but since Math 1316 trigonometry is required to take that class at UNTD, we are going to request a prerequisite override. So after we have entered all of the course information, which you can either find within the class search and enroll or visual schedule builder, you'll put in the class name, the section, as well as the class number, and make sure to click on requisite, and then you will send to your academic advisor to sign. Your advisor will then tell you to have your instructor sign. It is ultimately a decision of the instructor if they will allow you into the course or not. After receiving the instructor's signature, the form will need to go to the registrar's office for processing. Dropping after census. So after the census date, according to the academic calendar, you will need your instructor's signature to drop the course. When you are not able to drop a class within your MyUNTD portal, you will fill out a drop form by checking off drop, having your advisor sign it, your instructor sign it, and then emailing to the registrar's office for processing. Term overload request. When you are wanting to take over 18 credit hours for a semester, you will need to have the academic dean of the school that the class is housed to sign off for you to be added to that class. For our example, we are trying to add Math 2413. Since this student is already taking 18 hours, we will need the dean of the School of Liberal Arts and Science to sign since this class is part of that school. Make sure you check off term overload, yes, and then after getting all required signatures, you will, like the other situations, email to registrar@untdallas.edu so that they can process the form. Term withdrawal request. This is when you are looking to drop all of your classes for a given term. On the registration form, you will make sure up on the top where it asks, are you dropping all of your courses for this term or session? Check off yes, and then you are going to type in all of the courses that are currently on your schedule for that given term. Once you've entered in all information, you will send to each instructor to get their signature, as well as your advisor, and then send to the registrar's office for processing. Please note for requisite override and term overload requests that is up to the instructor and academic dean whether or not the request will be approved.